now maybe let's take off the hats of a professional and a professor and a TFP, therapist and research. Now go back to yourself as a person, because I'm really more interested in you, as you have lived a so rich and fulfilled life, which Wentao just introduced. So let's talk about more relating to your life experience and your plan in the future. So do you have any work plan or living goal in the future? What will you be focused in the next few years?
When you talk about the future, you're talking about my personal future or the future in general?
Your personal future.
Well, I'm 94 years old. I'm very glad that I'm healthy so far, but of course I have to be prepared for any kind of illness and sudden death at any point at this age. I'm pretty relaxed about it, in part because of a personal experience I've had. In 2003, I developed a severe viral pericarditis, and I almost died. I was close to death, and the doctors had told my wife that it wasn't clear whether I would survive. And as I was losing consciousness, I had a clear sense. I mean, I had intense pain and couldn't breathe. They thought at first it was a heart attack, a coronary, then it was pulmonary embolism. They didn't know exactly at first what it was. And I was sure that I was going to die. And I found myself very calm. I thought I've had a good life and have been able to contribute a little to knowledge. So the only thing I was worried were two things. Two pictures that I wanted to hang in a certain place in our house in Maine, and one paper that I wanted published that I'd just written about identity. And I told my wife, did she promise me to hang the two pictures where I wanted them and see to it that that paper be published? She assured me the picture would be hanged, the paper would be published. And then I was totally relaxed. And I thought, so it was surprising. You never know how you're going. So I already know that I take this as part of reality. And so I'm prepared for death to begin with. Now, as long as my mind functions, and that depends not on my will, but on genetics. As long as I'm cognitively functioning, I plan to read and write, and as long as I can see patients and study and enjoy the relationship with my wife, whom I love dearly, who is a collaborator. She's a member of our institute and treats patients. And so I'm planning to continue doing the same thing. We have just moved from New York to the house that I have on an island in Maine. So it is a lovely little place, and I feel very happy to be surrounded by nature after having lived all my life in big cities. So this is a new experience and a very, very pleasant one. I enjoy reading, I enjoy literature, I enjoy painting, I enjoy cinema, film. So I have all the things that I enjoy around. So I trust I will be able to continue doing that. And I just hope that whatever gets me should be fast. And I wouldn't like to be an invalid for a long time. I believe that people should have the freedom to end their life when they want to and have good reasons, and that one has to differentiate that normal function from suicidal tendencies that are part of illness. And one of the tasks that we have as psychiatrists is to make that differentiation. I know that this goes against the teachings of some religious beliefs. I'm a religious person, but I think that religions also have their problems and need to work on themselves. And that this is one more task that we have. We have many areas in which our conventional wisdoms don't really fully consider human potential. In the Western societies, there's so much inhibition of sexuality that has been. Freud had good reason to study the issue of sexuality. I'm not aware whether in Oriental culture that is the same. I don't have enough knowledge. Anyhow, I enjoy friendships, children, grandchildren, and hope to be able to continue working. I'm very interested in people. I have an enormous interest what happens in people. I never lose that curiosity, and I've always discovered new things.
Yeah. Oh, while I'm listening, I'm almost moved and wanting to cry times 2 times. I don't know why, but here you sharing this is much touching me than any of other professional words you're saying. You know, in China, we called you Grandpa Kernberg. Do you know that?
No.
But we really think you're just like our grandpa, warm and kind to all of our your supervisee, and your students and patients.